We are set for the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are in the heart of Texas at sold-out NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wildcard Sunday, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Houston Texans. Strap in, the first of 3 on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wildcard Weekend on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Bashal Tootin. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Lawrence to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
A great job there, and that old cliche, take it when the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Hey, Jupiter! Unlock line! Alert!
Right back to him on first down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Lawrence. And he will find his man on the outside. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and outfall incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, 18. What's up? Look the hot, look the hot.
Stroud to throw it. He'll get that complete to Franklin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 35.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
18. What's that?
Hands it off out of the gun. And shedding a man at the 40. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36.
18. What's that?
Stroud off the play fake. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Stroud is going to audible to something else.
Why Tony?
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 18. What's up? Hey, uno.
Throwing now is Stroud. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Buggy. 18. What's that? Hey, uno Mars. Hey, south.
Stroud. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Trayvon Walker drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
A 39-yard attempt.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get this to the 32. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Lawrence. Pass taken in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
On the red. Here we go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Hey, run. Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Hey, tomato. It's hot.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans 16. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down.
Rip, 23. Turn. It's hot.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So first and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game.
Lisa 24. Hey, Ginger.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
St. Brett, hey, goal. Son, this is hot.
Tootin. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Red. Easy. Read 54. Silver.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit, and then not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Out, what's that? 18, what's that? Check. Look the hot.
And Stroud now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10.
Why, Tony? Oh, ready.
Now he's loose at the 40. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 64 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and get it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Jaguars 3.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Jaguars 10, Texans 7. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
19 Texans. Oh, right. 11, 118. What's that? Hey, south.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Here we go. 118. Robin. Out. Hey, no more. Buggy. Oh, boy. Buggy. Look to hot.
Stroud looking to throw. From the left side here, and it's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Now, what's right? 18, what's right? 19 Texans. 11.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7.
All right. Swap. Another swap.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Here we go.
Now Stroud. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
18. What's that? Why Tony? Tony. Buggy. Hey.
Here's Stroud. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the 1st down conversion.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Able
to find the open man. That's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 21 yards away. And the Texans take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. 14 touchdowns for the rookie during the regular season, and now he's got his first here in the playoffs.
And we know the guys on the other side of the field were hoping that he would be intimidated by playing in the postseason, but they can just let that go because he's as confident as they come. And I know that he believes that that's the first of many playoff touchdowns that he's going to have as his career progresses.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 14-10.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
On second down, they'll run it here. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Jaguars. Bayshore Tootin, 74 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here this third quarter. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Texans 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be shedding the tackler. Gives him some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time. That was tremendous effort, especially after the catch. Breaking through tackles, fighting for extra yards.
So was that just great effort? Or were there a lot of missed tackles?
Yeah, the defense did help him a bit.
Yeah, he certainly did, but let's focus on the positive. He made it happen.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
118. What's that? Hey, uno more. Buggy. Hey, south. Hey, uno.
Operating from the gun, Stroud. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. They'll find him.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
118. 11.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. 47 yards. And the Texans have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
An extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and whose side can step up and assert its will over the other.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
All right, let's go. Hey, tomato. 11.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is caught. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 41, here's second down at 7.
Fred on the red. Hey, Soko. Hey, kill.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 156 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Ginger.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hey, Ryan. Son.
On second down, they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Hey, run. Soko, son.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Jaguars 24, Texans 21.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this wild card game has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the fourth, with obviously a very critical drive forthcoming as they start with a first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
118. Why Tony?
Back to throw. Stroud. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Swap. Mother swap. Hey, Uno Mars. 19 Texans. Look to hot.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13, and how about that? They're able to convert on 4th and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Robin.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 60 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
118. What's that?
They'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. From the 29, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. 118. What's that?
10.
Look to hot.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. A big play here. 3rd and 2.
How's it? 118.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. That's taken in by Franklin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
It's a gain of 11.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he just met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
Ow, what's up? What 18? What's up? Why Tony? Tonight.
Looking to throw. Stroud. Throw left side complete. That's Franklin. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Buggy, Tony. 11. Hey, uno more. Look the hot.
Now Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Texans have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready. Yes,
you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Texans 28, Jaguars 24. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Here comes 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6 coming up. Throwing now, Lawrence. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.